Zimbabwe Republic Police, policing for peace, economic recovery and prosperity in the Second Republic. Hello there, I'm Elliot Kudzai Kanyani, joining you yet again on another episode of Crime Watcher, a program proudly brought to you by the Zimbabwe Republic Police. It is always a pleasure to have you along. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are concerned with the abuse of women and children, with a particular focus on rape cases that are happening across the country. In one such case, police arrested Leonard Mwale, aged 24, for a rape case that he committed in the first week of November 2020. Circumstances are that the complainant fell ill and was directed to the accused, who was then believed to be capable of attending to the ailment through a WhatsApp group communication. The self-styled doctor later turned rapist after injecting the victim in question with an unknown substance which made her unconscious before raping her. She later gained consciousness while the accused was still in the act. Upon his arrest, police recovered various medicines and injections such as rabies vaccine, promethazine, chloridato, and many others. Crime Watcher spoke to Dr. Bismarck Mateveke, the Secretary General of the Zimbabwe Medical Association, about the proliferation of unqualified doctors and the dangers that they pose to members of the public. Let us hear him speak.
We are really saddened about the developments that happened recently in Chitungwiza, where there's a person who was running a quasi-private hospital and offering services to people in the community, and yet this person was not qualified. So when you seek medical attention, we always advise that you go to our public institutions. We do have so many public institutions that are registered that you can identify with, ranging from clinics to the big major hospitals. If you feel you want to go to private institutions, all private institutions, one, are registered with the Health Professions Authority, and you will find in most of these public institutions or most of these private hospitals, they've got certificates that are usually put on the wall for everyone to see. And you will also see an example of a practicing certificate. In a situation where you find yourself and discover that you were seeking service and being given service by somebody who is not qualified to be a healthcare practitioner, there are channels that you also need to follow. You can report to the police, and we also have got authorities that regulate the conduct and practice of medical practitioners. That includes the Medical and Dental Practitioners Council, and we also have got associations like the Zimbabwe Medical Association, as well as the Health Professions Authority of Zimbabwe. They do have a database of all the doctors that are registered to practice, and a database of all the premises that are also registered to be practiced from by all healthcare professionals.
We also urge all those who could have been abused in a similar manner not to suffer in silence, but to report at any nearest police establishment so that investigations can be conducted. As we move on, there are some unscrupulous business people who are taking advantage of the 2020-2021 farming season by selling counterfeit seed maize seeds to unsuspecting farmers. These fraudulent acts have seen police partner Seedco in an operation aimed at apprehending people involved in this scam.
We've noted with concern the proliferation of fake and counterfeit seed maize which is being sold to unsuspecting farmers through informal markets in various parts of the country. So in this regard, the Zimbabwe Republic Police has partnered with the Seedco to ensure that provisions of the Seed Act Chapter 19.13 are enforced. So the law will take its course on anyone who is going to be found selling fake or counterfeit seed maize. As we speak, there are people who appear in court in Norton for selling fake seed. In Mbari, a raid was conducted, and some people ran away leaving behind bags of fake seed. We also have a report that in Mutare, there are also people who have been arrested. So we want to urge members of the public, we want to urge farmers to acquire maize seed from certified outlets, from licensed outlets. And at the same time, We want to urge members of the public to come forward and report. They should report people who are moving around selling counterfeit seed, selling fake seed.
It is worrying that some farmers have been victims of fake seed. Therefore, SEEDCO today is working with law enforcement agencies, and that's why we are here today, to ensure that perpetrators are arrested and convicted. It's not going to stop here. We will, through our colleagues and our relationship with the police, engage and lobby even the Department of Justice, the Ministry of Justice, to ensure that the sentences that these people are getting are deterrent, so that they don't repeat this unscrupulous behavior.
Now, as we move on, in a very, very disturbing story which has left the whole nation tongue-tied, the Zimbabwe Republic Police are investigating a case of gruesome murders which occurred in Chivu on the 11th of November 2020. The suspect, Emelda Marazani, aged 29, slit open her 4 children's throats of ages 9, 5 and 3 years, as well as another aged 1 year, before setting the house ablaze. She then drank poison before handing herself over to the police. She is currently assisting the police with investigations. Quite a disturbing story indeed. 4 little kids are losing their lives just like that. Really difficult to stomach. The ZRP will certainly keep you informed with regards progress of this case. As we move on, viewers will be privy with a story that went viral on social media involving a woman who stole a baby from his mother in Harare. The Zimbabwe Republic Police would like to confirm that the baby has since been found in Rimba and has been reunited with the parents. Gift Chemuru, aged 40, who is husband to the suspect in connection with this case, Miriam Gwanali, who is still at large, is currently assisting police with investigations. We are calling upon anyone with information that may help the police to locate Miriam Gwanali, who is on the run, to report at any nearest police station. Join us in the next segment. We are in the second segment of Crime Watch, and to those who are just joining us, welcome. Police have arrested Michael Muvengwa, aged 27, and Charles Devera, aged 37, in connection with a series of unlawful entry into premises and theft in aggravating circumstances which they committed between the 19th of February and the 28th of October 2020 in Harare and Norton. They would first open doors at residential places at night before escaping with various household property. The duo stole property worth 14,642 United States dollars, and so far 7,925 United States dollars worth of property has been recovered. Several television sets, a Dell laptop and an HP printer are being held at Braeside Police pending identification by owners. If by any chance you happen to have lost your property through similar circumstances, we advise you to go to ZRP Braeside in Harare, where you'll be assisted by the police. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are concerned with the occurrence of robbery cases across the country. In one such case, a 6-member gang attacked a family in Esgodini, Matabeleland South Province, using a machete and a bolt cutter before getting away with 87,000 United States dollars, 38,800 South African rands, as well as a number of cell phones. In yet another case of robbery, which occurred on the 2nd of November 2020, about 7 to 9 men pounced on a cash-in-transit vehicle. They then robbed them of trunk containers which were loaded with Zimbabwean dollars.
We are equally concerned with the armed robberies that are occurring in the country. We want to urge members of the public to have contacts of their nearest police establishments. Armed robberies are occurring in the high-density suburbs, but the neighbors to the place of occurrence do not have any police contacts so that they can report the robbery in progress. We also want to urge the commuters to use registered public transport, because most of the commuters are falling prey to these armed robbers who are using pirate motor vehicles. We have also noted that those citizens who keep large sums of money in their houses are being targeted. So we are urging members of the public not to keep large sums of money in their houses, but to take the money to the banks as provided for by the laws of the country. To those robbers out there, we are sending a sound warning. We are coming for you. To those who have a tendency of shooting at a police officers, please be warned that your actions will be met with appropriate force.
We are calling upon anyone with information that may help in apprehending these criminals to use our various communication channels in relaying information, or alternatively, visit any nearest police station so that justice can be delivered. Now moving to Bulawayo, police are concerned with motorists who commute without being certified to do so and those who flout COVID-19 regulations. In response to such practices, police in Bulawayo have arrested a number of motorists as well as impounding several vehicles in the process.
Police in Bulawayo have managed to arrest 127 public service vehicles. These buses, they do have permits, but they don't comply to the COVID-19 regulations. I would love to warn transport owners to comply with the government directives, because as the police, we are not going to stop, but we are going to arrest them. This operation is ongoing until sanity prevails.
Coming to road safety issues, Mr. Ernest Mchena of the Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe gives some advice on how to drive along double lanes.
The first 60 kilometers from Harare on the Harare-Chirundu road is divided into 2 lanes, one going to Harare and the other one going to Chirundu. We are at the foot of the Great Dike, where the lane from Harare has diverged into 2 lanes. The purpose of diverging 1 lane into 2 lanes is to make sure that when vehicles go up the Great Dike, they will be able to travel smoothly. Motorists must ensure that if they are slow moving or they are on their own, they occupy the extreme left lane. As you can see, the driver of the lorry has now moved to occupy the left lane so that a fast-moving vehicle will be able to overtake easily and without any incident. So as one goes up the Great Dike, they should ensure that they occupy the left lane so that if there are any vehicles that are faster and moving, then they will be able to overtake safely. As you are going to see, a car that is moving faster than us has overtaken us safely. Should any of the motorists use the inner lane and move slowly, this will lead to a long line of cars going in the same direction, causing a delay and impatience among motorists. And as we go to the top of the Great Dike, you find that the 2 lanes will converge into 1, so that vehicles that are going towards Chinoi will now occupy 1 lane as they descend the Great Dike Pass. So as we now descend the Great Dike, to our extreme right, you can see that there are 2 lanes. These are climbing lanes for traffic that is going towards Harare, and drivers that are descending should not use those lanes to overtake any vehicle as they go down. The driver that you are seeing is using a climbing lane for traffic towards Harare to overtake, which is not only illegal but dangerous. Another situation where a motorist encounters 2 or more lanes going in the same direction is where the road is dualized. We are at the beginning of the dual carriageway along the Harare-Chitungwiza road. Motorists must exercise good driving habits in order to ensure that there is a smooth flow of traffic. When there are 2 lanes of traffic going in the same directions, motorists must remember to keep to the left and only use the inner lane when they are fast moving or when they are overtaking a slow moving vehicle. When overtaking a slow moving vehicle, the motorist should overtake the vehicle safely and get back to the left lane so that we maintain a smooth flow of traffic going in the same direction.
Need I remind you that we are now in the rain season, and your caution when driving should be at its all-time high, considering that most road surfaces tend to be slippery. We are going away for a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. To those who are just joining us, we're in the third and final segment of Crime Watch. Welcome. This is what we have in store for you this week in terms of security tips.
Today we're discussing false alarms and their effects on the security of a home or your business. False alarms are a huge problem for a rapid response company or any emergency service provider. They waste resources. Instead of rushing to a home that has been attacked by burglars, a rapid response vehicle could be busy attending to a home with numerous false alarms. Now let's go into the various causes of false alarms and how best you can do away with all of them. The first issue I want to talk about is human error. Sometimes you have a client, we have a new alarm system, it's just been installed, they've not been trained properly on its use, or other users within the home have not been trained properly. So when you don't use it properly, you can generate a lot of false alarms. The next cause that I want to talk about is, currently we have a lot of power cuts. So alarm supplies use batteries when there's a power cut. So with extensive power cuts, the battery gets low, and that can cause problems for alarm systems. When you have windows that don't close properly or doors that don't close properly, you tend to have the magnetic contacts monitoring the opening or closing of your doors not operating properly, therefore causing false alarms. One of the things that you should do in your discussion with your installer is to have appropriate equipment. Do not use sensors that are meant for indoor use, then you use them outdoor. That can cause false alarms. Coming to one of the biggest problems faced in businesses or homes, we're talking about rodents, pests, cockroaches, all those things have a bearing on the number of false alarms you have on a system. Now let's talk about some of the environmental factors at your premises that can cause false alarms. You don't want your sensors facing the sun. That is an effect on the sensors that can cause false alarms. You don't want your sensors perhaps facing mirrors, swimming pools. That can cause a lot of reflections. That will also drive your sensors into false alarms. Air conditioners, heating systems can also be a source of false alarms. So your installer should have all these environmental factors out of the way of your motion sensors.
Police will leave no stone unturned in weeding the country of illegal mining activities. We visit Manicaland, where police have arrested some illegal gold miners, as well as recovering property that was being used to perpetuate this illegal activity.
Illegal gold miners are coming from all corners of Zimbabwe in search of gold. We have realized that among these illegal gold miners, there are juveniles as well as women who end up being victims of sexual abuse, and the youths end up indulging in drug abuse, among other things. Recently, we carried out a raid near Africa University where we managed to arrest 19 accused persons. These accused persons have since appeared at Mutare Magistrate Court. We have also carried out an operation together with our colleagues from the Zimbabwe National Army, where we managed to account for 54 illegal gold panels and impound 10 vehicles owned by gold dealers.
Still in Manicaland, Zetra P. Mutare Central District got a shot in the arm following timely donations of computers and printers, as well as vehicle tires, from two business families based in the provincial capital, respectively.
ndosaka takava nerudo rwokuti donate macomputers nemaprinter. Saka tese as a whole community tare semabusinessmen takava nekubatana kwakadaro nyika inofamba zvakanaka.
The officer commanding police Mutare Central District thanked the corporate world for their unwavering support of police to enhance efficient service delivery.
Kutendai chaizvo vana vemuno maMutare nerudo rwamataridza nhasi kuZRP mazviona mega kuti ZRP havasi vavengi asi ihama. Saka ndoda kukutendai neukama hwamabatanidza nhasi hwamucharamba muchingobatanidza hwanga wagara huripo between public nepolice. By now hatisina problem yekutaipa kana zvimwe zvinhu kumastations. Motikari dzedu taane mataya akanaka.
Police public partnerships are critical in the fight against crime. Together, we can create that crime-free and tranquil environment good enough for economic development and national prosperity. We now move on to people who are on the police wanted list. The Zimbabwe Republic Police is seeking information on the whereabouts of Mpumelelo Kaya Dube, age 39, of national registration number 08-939433Z73, and Stokozi Lendlovu, age 29, of national registration number 59-2003848S03, in connection with a case of fraud involving pyramid schemes which occurred in Harare. The two accused persons and others operated an unregistered investment company named Kuwait Diner Limited, which was a money pyramid scheme. The accused persons swindled unsuspecting members of the public of $1,910,000 United States dollars, and nothing was recovered. Anyone with information pertaining to the whereabouts of the duo and their accomplices may contact our Criminal Investigations Department, Commercial Crimes Division, Northern Region on number 0242 777 646 or cell phone number 0772 771 767. In a different case, Satrapi Bindura are looking for Titus Ioane, age 25, of Chireka village, Chief Musana Bindura, for having sexual intercourse with a minor. Should you have information that may help the police in locating any of these wanted persons, feel free to approach any nearest police station. Yes, do remember that we also have a website address, www.zrp.gov.zw. You can also like us on our Facebook page, Zimbabwe Republic Police. Feedback at zrp.gov.zw is our email address. Take time to interact with us on our Twitter handle at Police Zimbabwe. We're also contactable 24/7 on ZRP National Complaints Desk number 0242 703 631. In case you miss any of our previous episodes, go straight on ZRP YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. You will find any episode of your choice. Crime does not pay. The message from the Crime Watch crew behind the scenes and the Zimbabwe Republic Police as a whole is let us unite for a common cause in fighting this cancer which is in our midst, for the betterment of our communities and our nation at large. Take care and see you next time.